Hey guys, this is Lilith Evernight, and this is a pick a card reading for what is your inner goddess? What kind of goddess are you? And how can you channel that inner goddess? Or even for guys, that inner god, not in an egotistical way, but in a self loving way, to really see that I'm one of those people that are kind of like corny when it comes to spirituality. I wouldn't say corny, but I like to say that there's a universe inside of you, that you are an extension of the universe, having an experience. But, sometimes I think we kind of forget who we are. And anyway, before I get started, I want to say please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and hit the notification button. Yeah, and also shout out to Miss Raven Moon Tarot. If I know you have two page names, but anyway, I know that you had just messaged me about aliens, and it was just kind of synchronistic. How I've been watching a couple other YouTubers about star seeds and how people don't even know that they're like sleeping quote unquote giants or gods, and I always thought that was a cool theme to go for. And I kind of got a little inspired by us kind of being asleep, to us not knowing that we are an extension of gods. We are goddesses. Some of us are gods and goddesses, and I just felt like, why not try something a little different and kind of like channel in that inner goddess with these pick a card readings today. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to just say, hey, what's up, Raven, Tarot Moon. I'm not good with these kind of things. I'm new to YouTube, but anyway, and a couple other people who have some of my subscribers that I'm speaking to. Also, thanks for being there, and I'm just grateful for that. So anyway, let's just get this started. I'm gonna set an intention, and okay, so I'm gonna do a small little prayer. I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places, guardians of the four corners, mother in the earth, Father in the sky, angels, ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here now. And I also am working with the water element, of course, to really be more of a better intuitive reader. And I would love for you guys to grow with me so that I can share that experience with you guys and vice versa. Um, so forgive me if I don't, come off like, what is the word? Super quote unquote perfect. I'm just going to really trust my intuition. That's the whole point of this. And to, go by, the cards too, 50-50. But yeah, any other people who would love to watch my videos, please subscribe. And anyway, I'll talk about the rest later. Let's just get to the point. Okay. So if you want deck number 1, this is the stone that you would be drawn, or deck number 1 is actually stone pyrite, the pyrite stone. So if you are drawn to this stone, this is deck 1. And you can also meditate on which one resonates with you, whatever your intuition tells you. This is an earring, a Ouija earring that I bought a few months ago. This is deck number 2. Okay. And then here is this little gold antique box that I just kind of found laying around my room. I think I got this somebody gave me this for my birthday, and I just thought it was cute. So if you're drawn to this or deck number 3, which this is a part of deck number 3, feel free to use your intuition on which deck is intuitively calling you. So I'm also using my smudge stick too. I grew these herbs in the garden in my front yard a few months ago, or a few years ago actually. It's chamomile and sage, and it just smells. I keep lighting it, so if you see smoke, that's because of that. Anyway, so I will let you meditate on that, and I will be quick with deck number 1. So this is deck number 1. If you chose the pyrite stone, this is your reading for the inner goddess, the inner god, inspired by the whole starseed movement, and but with my own little twist, of course, just to really channel in that inner confidence and to really embrace that inner goddess, but not in a egotistical way, of course, but in a humble way. So this is the pyrite stone, if this is what you chose. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to open all the cards up, so I won't. Oh my god, that is so cool. So if you're a female, this, I could, like, maybe this is the kind of goddess that you could have within you. The water guardian. What does it say? Connect with your emotions. So I'm going to get into that. Let's see what else that is from my Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. This is okay. So it says, working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. So, guys, I'm also going to note that, I don't know if I said it earlier in this video, but I am still growing with my intuitive readings. So, if there's any people who are more experienced in intuitive readings, I would love to hear your feedback. I'm just kind of putting my own twist in it, and also using the rules of the cards too. So if I come off sounding a little different than the card, that's because I'm trying to speak to spirit and trying to connect with the element of water, to really hone that intuition on my own personal perspective, and just really connecting with spirit, of course, like I said. Anyway, let me stop rambling again. Okay, so it said, I see elephants. I don't know. Okay, elephants. This says, by the book. Alright, I'm just gonna ask spirit to help me with these readings today. Oh, this card came out. I had this card come out in my last video, so, okay. What do I get in that? I feel like maybe somebody, if this is the deck that you chose, maybe you feel, I don't know yet, but I'm going to use my intuition for this card. Maybe you're still probably trapped or stuck in this quote-unquote matrix, and you don't know who you really are, but you're looking out ahead of you, trying to get there, but you're feeling stuck for some reason. But I feel that if you just kind of connected with certain parts, maybe nature, flowers, connecting with, flowers if you're female, I just see somebody who just maybe should just connect with the nature and really understand, like, the beauty of life. Understand that, like a Taurus, like that Venus type energy. It's like I can see a Taurus you know, being the type of person who can stop and smell the flowers, and just seeing the beauty in all things. But you don't have to be a Taurus. I'm just saying as an example, or even a Libra. Libras are, you know, Venus signs too. And this is my own personal deck, little bunny. I promise I will be making a better, more advanced looking deck than just, you know, the way it looks now. So this one says the rabbit. Quick, quick, swift energy, a reminder that you are perfect. It says you are protected even when in fear, even when fear creeps up on you. Enjoy the grass and hop around things. Know your next move. Think ahead of time and know the game of life. See the blockages as ways that your path is to be directed somewhere else instead of expecting. Let go and run with the wild and see what unfolds. So maybe you are the type of person or something is holding you back from being this goddess right here, you know. And even if you're not, you know, if you're a male, maybe you know, that's kind of like the element as a, you know, that inner god, you know. Work with the element of water and just see how powerful you are. I really think all the elements, you know, of course they're very powerful. So right now I'm working with the element of water, so maybe this is a synchronicity. I'm trying to see what else I can get. So let me just use an example for the inner goddess. You know, this is who you could really be. You know, this is if you chose not to be, you know, looking out and knowing that you don't have to, you know, fear whatever you're fearing, and know that you are protected. And if you go on your path, on the journey that is meant for you, I think, like, for example, a lot of, like, star seeds, for example, they're really, I know, I come across a lot of, like, information about star seeds and their mission. And this one lady, one YouTuber said that, you know, how do you know if you're divinely protected? And it's because you have to know about if you're going the path that is right for you, that is right for your heart. And maybe it's not that you are necessarily trapped or stuck. It's just you are stuck in this, you know, cage because you're not being true to yourself. Or also, if you're a guy, you know, maybe you should work with, you know, goddesses or even gods who are known to be associated with water. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. Who's this god? I'm pretty sure someone on here knows. Is it? I don't want to say. I don't want to say his name wrong. Is it Poseidon? I'm not sure. But anyway, like any water gods, any water goddesses, maybe you should look into their stories and see how they were and how they really, like, channeled in their confidence. Okay, so I'm gonna. I know his name. I think that's his name. Is it Titan? Poseidon. But I know, isn't the god from the dad from Little Mermaid? He's an actual god. Or, like, I don't know why I'm thinking of Zeus right now, but I'm thinking about, you know, oh my god, I should know this. Like, I'm more into Egyptian mythology, and you know, I'm into Lilith and or, you know, Hecate. But, you know, I only work with a certain limit amount of deities, or actually, like, I just study about a certain amount. So I'm still on that journey. So anyway, I just say, like, maybe you're tied and maybe you are connected to, water gods and goddesses. And in order for you to, like, really, let's see, I'm going to actually do the book right now and see what it says. Like, I just see somebody who needs to just kind of be like, maybe like kind of like live like a flower child, like a hippie, like have that mindset, like stop changing yourself to fit in something that is not you, and kind of be like that free spirit, like that flower child. It's not saying that you have to be a hippie or like a flower child, but like have that mindset, like you are meant to. Of course, you have to go by the book, go by the book, go by the rules, follow the law. But I'm not saying to go to jail or anything, but I'm saying, like, what is the word? Like, be more of a free spirit, like, still be logical. But I feel like, if you were to just not be so depressed about it, you would realize how powerful you are and how beautiful you are. And I get there's nothing to worry about when it comes to feeling this energy, because this is who you truly are meant to be. So I'm just gonna go with whatever. Let's see what the books have to say. I'm gonna just kind of like read it real fast, and I'm not gonna try to take too long. Water guardian. So I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm growing to this intuitive reading. So I'm making this channel so that you guys can grow with me and see, how far I can develop with my intuitive readings. And I hope you guys really enjoy them. I have more confidence levels when I'm not recording myself because I'm less nervous. But I'm going to try to not take it too serious and just kind of go with the flow. And I think this is what this reading is telling you too. Stop taking everything so serious and go with the flow. And stop fearing too much, because you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are so powerful, and I think this matrix can also keep you stuck into thinking that you are weaker than what you are. And that's what the starseed movement and these people who are really into the whole indigo movement, and like people like this YouTuber named Conjure Queen, she's really into that, and I always thought that was fascinating. I never really knew much about it up until probably like last year, but I knew a little bit about it for a few years, but I never really got into it as a whole up until recently, probably like until last year. So it says, take a time to understand the water guardian. Take a time. Oh, I can't even speak. Take time to understand how you really feel. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift that allows you to receive and understand the messages directly from your soul. Water is the element that is in your blood, your tears, and in your flesh. Water Guardian represents the angels of water who can help you dive deep within the depths of your emotions. These angels are all about helping you see. Okay, so let's see. Your extended angels want you to know that it's okay to feel emotions. So if you are closing yourself and trying to lock yourself up by repressing all these emotions, I think now it's time to stop letting the emotions scare you and to just be a little bit more free about it. You know, like, I think I've always said myself that, you know, crying is like a form, you know, being, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but like crying doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're a weak person. Is that like when you show your vulnerability, this is just my own intuitive channel right now. If you show, I've seen people who are vulnerable, who are not afraid to be vulnerable from in the right, in the times that they know that they have to, especially not just whining about it, but like, you know, just through a humble way, in a genuine way. I've seen strength in that, especially when I see men cry. I see a man who's not afraid to cry. I don't know why, but I always thought that that makes them stronger than men who are like, you know, that's for women, and that's like, I'm not gonna cuss up too much on here. I'm gonna try to keep it cool, but like, those are for wimps. Let's just say that. Anyway, this is one, so I'm gonna see what this Wands card has to say. Okay, I just seen it. Okay. Okay, it says fight for and hold on to what you believe. Your projects are near completion. Relaxation is at hand. Victory strives soon. So just wake up to who you really are. And, you know, I would say be around water, connect around water. Maybe like sometimes I get inspiration from these stories from different goddesses or even gods. Not to be like religious or spiritual, but like more to see how they were and how they carry their confidence. And to really know that just because you can't see them, that they don't exist. Uh, and I think I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, I could see maybe you are a water goddess or a water god. What else am I gonna get? You know, and don't be afraid to, if you're afraid of your emotions, don't be afraid. If you're afraid to be free with who you really are, you know, let's see what this card has to say too before I end it. The flower card. This card signifies a special connection to flowers, color, fragrance, and providing healing blessings. As you grow and admire and photograph your works with the blossoms, you know, maybe you should just kind of understand that nature is alive. So, also, if you do decide to work with any goddess that's resonated to you with water, you know, I know in my own personal experience is that they also, like a lot of, you know, goddesses and ancestors, uh, they like to they like offering. So sometimes my goddess is Lilith, so sometimes I'll go and pick roses and get whatever I can get for her, and you know, go get her some red roses, you know, or even like the fairies, I'll go get them some shiny trinkets, like, you know, if it's not jewelry, it's like something shiny and silvery, like pyrite or coins. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say, like, this card, it just, what does it say? Like, just set yourself free. Stop being in fear. You know, I think also this reality is an illusion, but yet it's not, you know, and, you know, through learning the starseed movement, I've learned that. And what else am I going to say? I would say in order for you to really channel that inner goddess or god, you really do have to get out of that cage and really know that you are a powerful being. Okay, so that's card number 1. Okay, this is deck number 2. If you chose deck number 2, then you would have had the little Ouija earring. I can't, it's not the Ouija board. I've been calling it the Ouija board earring. And it's not the Ouija board itself that's the earring. It's the little piece that they use to communicate. If anyone knows what this is called, it's not a pendulum. I know, I'm kind of like, I should know this, but I don't. That's one thing, ironically, even though I play tarot cards, I don't do Ouija boards, so I'm not really familiar. I just thought that it was really cute. And anyway, let's just get to your deck. Anyway, so I'm gonna spread this one out too, and let's see what kind of god, inner goddess, inner god that you need to be, or that is within you. Okay. Oh, that is awesome. Ironically, it says, Lord, take charge with authority. So I love that these cards are giving me some gods and goddesses, like that goddess theme, and like it was a complete different complete different expectation. I did not expect it. I was actually expecting a goddess or a guardian, but for this theme, I'm gonna say that they're goddesses. What I get with this, I see a Celtic, maybe like Celtic culture or Celtic. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this one. But I have this book somewhere. Like if you might be into like you might be into that whole the spirituality that the Druids taken, and what kind of gods and goddesses they are into. That's what I kind of get here. Do they have Celtic? I get so twisted because like I'm so used to hearing people say is it like that basketball team, the Celtics? So forgive me. Anyway, so if you're a male and you chose this, this is like your kind of energy, like your god, inner god. Or if you're a female, maybe this is the kind of like energy you need to work a certain deity that is in that kind of culture. So let me see something for a second. Let's see. So anyway, I'm trying to see something real quick. Okay, so you might want to look into, I was just doing some research real quick, and the horn god, forgive me for this, Sir Nunos, that's what I get. I was also seeing, I did some research. Let's see. You should look into the Celtic. I'm just gonna say Celtic because I just like that one better. It sounds prettier. They both sound nice, but Celtic mythology. I think if you resonate with that. I don't know. Maybe also, why do I get? I'm thinking about like the goddess Diana or Artemis. I'm not sure if she's a part of that mythology, but she kind of like gives me that kind of like aesthetic with the way he's dressed as well. And I know somebody who's very connected with that goddess. I also want to say, if you guys have any personal relationships with any gods or goddesses or deities and do talk to them, I would love to know. You know, I do have a video talking about how I do talk to, I have a relationship with Lilith, and how I met her. So anyway, let's see what else before. I'm just going to open them all up. Actually, trust in the universe. Okay. This is, okay. Message in a bottle. I just see like there's like a hidden message that maybe you should be receiving, and then there's water. And I'm going to ask my intuition to really speak through me right now, so I can really stop being so nervous about what I'm looking at. Okay, I see a turtle. I think that's a turtle. No, wait, hold on for a second. That's a phone. So that's a message right there. So maybe you should, like, it's telling you should have more trust maybe in yourself. And there's a hidden message that maybe there's a message within yourself that you need to receive. Like your intuition. Trust your intuition. And really understand that if you do, you can really be this powerful. And really channel in that inner goddess, inner god, and really look into like maybe you know, the Celtic culture and their mythologies. Maybe there's something there that is resonating with you. Let's see. Okay, this is my own deck, the Ladybug, and it says, this means to me life and rebirth, the life and rebirth cycle, reincarnation, intuition, sweetness, love, protection, getting rid of parasites, fun, like getting rid of like any negative energy that you have going on. Any, like, this world can be kind of lower vibrational anyway. So it's like, at the same time it's negative, but at the same time it's positive. And know what you're really looking at. Go back to the child inside of yourself. I wrote this story called Star Child, and it's about this girl named Serenity. And she's a starseed, but she doesn't know that she is. But when she gets older, she realizes that her as a starseed, she was a goddess, a god. And I also believe in reincarnation, and I really do believe like that. I always found like the indigo movement, the starseed movement, I always found it fascinating because they say that these are souls that are incarnated on this planet to actually fulfill a mission. So you can be like, some lady said that some people don't even know that they're asleep, and they don't even know that they are in a game. And like, if they don't understand the game of life, they can keep recycling and reincarnating over and over and over again. So really see the messages that are within you and trust your intuition, trust the universe, and to know that it's not only around you, but it's also within you. And then I see water, which also represents intuition, emotion, and maybe you're hiding this thing that is within you. And this bird is lifting it up to take it out of the deep seas. Maybe like still waters run deep, but what's in the waters doesn't need to be so deep anymore, because within that there is a treasure that needs to be unlocked. And maybe you're a messenger And you need to know this message within you. Messengers are also angels too. So maybe your angels are trying to tell you to really trust yourself and trust them and trust source, spirit, God, goddess, to see how powerful you are. Okay. Let's see. This is my regular tarot deck. Oh, this is reverse Queen of Wands. So this is like two different things. Okay, what do I see? I see a woman with, it's so weird because look, they're both holding something and they both have like, they both have something in their hands. But I think in order for you to, fire, wands is also fire. It's also a fire, so you could be a fiery person and maybe you can't really control your anger. And, or maybe you have all this creativity, but you're not unleashing it. Maybe it's blocked and you're not trusting yourself enough. But once you unleash it, you already have the answer within. Just let the universe help you with that. It's in the palm of your hand. You just have to really, sometimes you have to meditate. It looks like she's meditating and really seeing what's within this bubble so that she won't be so imbalanced. Maybe you're a man and maybe you have anger issues, It's also Mercury retrograde. I think it ends to the 31st. So, the energies are very kind of up and down from what I heard. Let me see what else this can give me. I was just reading from my own personal intuition, my own personal messages, but I'm going to use the book. I'm going to use the wisdom of the oracle deck. Okay. So this is a message in a bottle. I'm not going to try to take too long. But yeah, anyway, if anyone watches this and you have so much more experience on, readings and anything like that, like I said, I would love to know, if you have any better ways on how you do your intuitive readings. I would love to know. But, I have more, like I said, I have more confidence when I am, when I would do them off camera, but I still enjoy doing them, I really worked on trying to work with my intuition, and I've really discovered some crazy things. You trying to really always work with my third eye chakra, and I have so many stories that I think some people probably wouldn't believe it, and some people would. I think only witches especially, or any mystical beings, can really understand what I mean about like trying to always work with your third eye and seeing how it feels, and all the crazy stories that I could talk about. But right now I'm going to read this message for message in the bottle. And right now, I know that I write my best intuitive messages come when I'm psychic writing. I get so many crazy messages. So I don't know if I'll ever make a video on that, but that's where my intuition really works, is when I'm writing. It's crazy. It feels like because it's like, psychic writing, of course. But anyway, communication, and maybe this is a message for you guys too. This is a cipher, because right now I'm speaking, but I also speak through synchronicity, and my mind is like a cipher, so As I speak, really listen to the messages and really resonate them for yourself. When I'm talking about my intuition and psychic writing, I feel that this is a message for you guys too. Trust your intuition. And, if you have to, do some writing, right? Get a journal. If you don't know what to write about, just write. Like, literally write anything. Like, if you could speak and you can talk, then you can write. Anything that you're talking about, just write it down and let it flow. Even if it sounds stupid. And keep doing it every day. And you'll just see how crazy the messages will be. And how much your intuition is guiding you. So anyway, communication is a sign. A spontaneous oracle delivered innocently pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you'll receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. So really pay attention to the synchronicities. It's ironic. I was just saying that I speak in synchronicity. So pay attention to the synchronicities and really let it guide you, especially if you feel like you are taking the right path. Keep paying attention to the synchronicities and the signs. Sometimes the synchronicities are not there to tell you, hey, this is positive or good. But sometimes the synchronicities can tell you to turn around and go in a different direction. But you have to really trust the universe to tell you that. And then it says, Spirit hears you and the reply is favorable. If it's a relationship, you can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, a phone, an email, or a call. So you are intended to receive a message. Stay open to the messages that you pretty much receive, whether it's through prosperity or wealth, like health, wealth, your confidence. Really trust the messages that you're receiving, and don't let your anger or your emotions get to you. So I'm gonna say Queen of Wands reversed. Reversed. Bet only what you can afford to lose. Don't take silly risk. Guard against unrealistic thinking. Dare to dream. Dare to dream. Dare to dream, but keep both feet firmly on the ground. So, yeah, be a dreamer, but be a realist at the same time. And I really feel like that's the same thing with channeling in your inner goddess. It's fun to really work with magic and all that kind of stuff. Like, you could work with magic, but magic is not like, or at least in my perspective, magic is not like hocus pocus. It's not necessarily like Harry Potter where it's like you can just snap your fingers and everything will just appear in your hands, or everything will just disappear, or you can just conquer the world. I believe that magic works in mysterious ways, just like the universe. And I do believe in universal law. You have to have the law of belief, but you have to have the law of action, And that's what I had to learn, especially with attracting. Maybe you do want to channel in that inner goddess, but you're not complete in yourself. And I feel like in order to align with that kind of energy, you have to know yourself. You have to know who you truly are and trust that part of yourself and to receive those messages. And like I said, the inner goddess, the inner god is just a message to let you know that you are a powerful being. And that's for all the cards, for all the decks. to know that. Yeah. So I would have to say on this one, just keep your feet on the ground. Use the law of action, whatever you're trying to achieve, and own your magic. Stop looking outside of yourself because you are the magic. Take charge and take authority. Okay. Am I going to read the Lord card real quick? Let's see. I'm gonna kind of not be too slow on this one. Don't be afraid to take charge and use your voice. Be strong. The Lord is the consort of the lady, the emperor, the traditional terror. He represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. But this does not mean he is angry. And I was just talking about that with this card. Take charge, but don't be irrational. Don't be, manage your anger, The Lord Oracle is a man with a staff and a crown of antlers, showing he keeps himself firmly rooted in the ground. That is so crazy. This card was saying the same thing. Keep your feet on the ground and take control and be ambitious. But if you feel kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There's no excuse for bad behavior. And the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. Okay. And then also, be ambitious. Use your passion, but in a professional way, in a kind way. But to know when to stand up for yourself. Don't let yourself get bullied either. Because gods and goddesses stand up for themselves, but they know when to be mature. And when you have that balance, you can also be that queen. If you're a female, that queen who can take charge and know that you don't need to be reckless with your emotions. You should just know who you are when you walk in that room. So that is card or deck number 2. Okay, so if you chose deck number 3, this is your reading, If you chose the golden antique box. I don't know what this is called, so if you guys know what this is called, I would love to know, but I just think it's really cute. Alright, so let's see this card. Oh, okay. This is the spring card. See your seeds grow. Let's see what else this card or this deck has to say. Let go. Okay. So this reading doesn't, I don't know. Let's see. Exchanging gifts. Exchanging gifts. Okay. And this is my own personal deck. And it says, the leaf. Oh my god, this and this actually kind of have some very similar energy. But anyway, it says, synchronicity is everywhere. The trees are alive and so are you. Speak to the universe because the universe is always speaking to you. Your inner world is your outer world. Look at the paradolias. There's a time for everything. There's a time for everything, for every season. And when another leaf falls, another grows, and even the leaves in the wind are speaking to you as well. So what I meant by that is that the ethers are alive, the elementals. And all I can say is, let's see what this card has to say. Okay, this is 8 of Pentacles reverse. All I see is planting your seeds and having your craft, like creating, be a creator. Maybe you should be like, maybe you're good at, you know, if you're a dancer, I see a dancer, someone who is a little mysterious with a mask on their face. So maybe you should look into the goddesses who, or the gods, who are really good with fertility, uh, fertility, like being fruitful, maybe like earthy type of deities that are really associated with the earth, like Gaia. What else? You know, who else can I think of right now? I can't even think of right now, but I really get a very like earthy energy. I'm gonna say that. So maybe as a goddess or god, you're very like your element, your best deities to work with is a deity that is very associated with the earth. Um, and having them help you plant your seeds, or even if you don't work with them, I would have to say just kind of get some inspiration from them and see how their confidence level is. I'm gonna say, what else? Whatever situation you are going through, whatever is bothering you, you need to let that go in order to know that sometimes I used to have these dreams where these dreams would tell me that in order for me to gain more, I have to let go. And if that makes sense. So when I just said to the universe, like, you know what, forget it, I'm done. I'm not even going to try with this. I realized the universe had something better for me. But at the same time, this card also reminds me of using the law of action. And maybe there's an imbalance. Maybe there's something on your mind. And to really, exchange your gifts. And I really get that with this right here. Whatever gifts you have, whatever talents you have, exchange them. Whatever you get, you give back, they say. Energy, put your time and energy, put your gifts into, it's the word for, use your gifts and really build them. Be that creator. Maybe this is just a message from the creator spirit. Spirit is telling you that you are a creator. You are creators. You are like what is it I'm gonna say? Whatever you have within you, you need to build on that. And for some reason, I'm getting an imbalance. And maybe you're impatient, or maybe you're seeing everything fall apart. But the things that fall apart like leaves, the leaves that fall on the ground, there's more that grow back for every season. And I think that's why the universe is telling you to let go of whatever you're holding on to. But I get a really earthy energy. So like as a goddess, that inner goddess, God that is within you, I would have to say, really, maybe your power lies in nature. Like maybe you're a witch. Maybe you are very connected to the earth. Maybe, use your creativity, dance. If you're a dancer, if you like to be like artistic, and you just know who you are and you know what your gifts are, Don't be afraid of letting that out. Stop trying to worry about how you're going to create it when you should know that you are the creator of whatever you are whatever your gifts are. Whatever gifts you have the ability to create with that, if that makes sense. So for example, if you are a really good dancer, a really good singer, a really good artist, and whatever you can do, that right there is like amazing, because there's a lot of people who would probably love to see that. But you have to understand that like success and like all that stuff that you're seeking, it doesn't come fast. Just like growing a regular garden, you still have to water the seeds. And I know there's certain like goddesses and gods that can help you with that. I think I'm gonna make a video with that, but maybe maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you're really good at that as your inner goddess. You are really good at sowing your seeds, but sometimes you tend to wear this mask. And let's just see what else I can get. There's no need to wear a mask, because you are a legacy, and I feel that you are being praised if you just exchange your gifts for who you are. And you already are in a beautiful mystical being. You are the gift that has been unleashed. And that's what I get from this card. It's like a beautiful woman who is just very confident. And it seems like, this animal, this cat, is drawn to her. So if you're a woman, or even if you're a man, it can resonate too. I would have to say, like, for example, like, just take it for what it is. Like, if you're a man, channeling that inner, God, God extension of the universe of who you are. And sow your seeds with your gifts. Use your talent. You are talented. You are gifted. And you don't have to doubt that when you're building it. Okay? Like, I feel that's what it's trying to say. But I feel like the universe wants you to let go of whatever you're holding on to, so that you can keep understanding that that's how nature works. Nature works in its own way. And you still have to understand, just like a regular garden, you can't expect to like plant lavender seeds today and expect a big bush tomorrow. That's just not how it works. And I think that's symbolic and metaphoric for how the universe speaks to us about us in our gifts, and how we use to create with our gifts. But I see that you can be a very powerful creator. And I think that in itself is what is that inner goddess, that inner God, that extension of the universe that is inside of you. That is what you are really good at. But maybe you're not seeing that the things that fall will rise. If you understand that that's how nature works, it has seasons. Or maybe you do know that and you're really good at that, and you can be really, as a goddess, for example, you can be really good at teaching people that. is showing people that. And maybe, you know, you should look into goddesses who are very connected with, you know, a little bit more connected with the earth element. Let's see. I'm going to do the exchanging of gifts card right now and see what it says. Okay, the law of giving and receiving currency trades off weighing cost and determining value. You are entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet, in order to honor them, you must put in all the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you are choosing to pursue. So the law of giving, use that universal law. And if you understand it, then you're really good at it. So keep doing it and let go of whatever is bothering you. I don't know what it is, if it's a relationship, some sort of attachment. And to free yourself from whatever is holding you back so that you can really be that powerful creator that you know you are. And you are gifted. So exchange the gifts that are meant for you to exchange. Because I was studying Reiki for a while. I got my Reiki certificate like a few months ago. I did it online. And I did an online course. But it also taught me that if you are gifted, you know, you have gifts. And if you choose to not share that with the world, you are stealing something from yourself. And also, it's kind of a shame to not let others see how beautiful you are and how gifted you are. And yeah, that's what I did learn from that course that I took, and that always stuck with me. It also says be careful what you pray for because you might just get it. And then you realize that you don't want to face the hefty price tag. So I would also say, like, you are probably, since you are gifted, you are probably also a very magical type of being. Like, you really understand your magic. But the thing about it is that, you know, your magic, your music, whatever you might have, you can, they also say whatever you think about, or you don't want to focus on the things that you don't want, you know, and you being a magical, mystical person, you know, being extremely gifted, maybe this is your mission on earth, is to really use your gifts. You don't want to use your gifts for bad. You know, you want to use it where you are still true to yourself. So it says sow your seeds with this card. So let's see what this one has to say. I am using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card guidebook. Let's see. I'm gonna try to be quick, so okay. Okay, it says embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become a reality. So you are a powerful creator. So you have the power to make whatever you are gifted in a reality. And you should be able to understand that and don't doubt it. Okay, let me be quick and see what this one has to say. The Eight of Pentacles. Okay, it says reversed. Okay, right here. It says, you may like to have the final word, but there's no harm in asking for advice. Take your time take your time to make informed decisions. So even though you are very gifted, don't refuse the ones who are trying to help you. And keep an open mind. Be humble. And you'll be surprised who is there for you. And if you just let go. Just let go. And see what gifts are also there for you to be unleashed, to be exchanged for you, or to you, given to you. And really know that if you don't, sometimes it's not bad to ask for help. Even if you know your talents, just know that, everyone is gifted in something. But you probably have the ability to see and know who you really are. Maybe you already know you're a goddess or a god. And this is just a message letting you know you need to let go of feeling like, no one else probably understands, or you're on your own and you feel like a odd ball or a black sheep, or you feel like you're on the wrong planet. And that's not true, because there's other people out there that feel the same way. So anyway, this is my card reading for channeling your inner god, your inner goddess. I hope you loved it, and thank you. Okay, side note, before I leave, I was also thinking about maybe one day doing a giveaway. I know I'm still new to this channel, but this is brand new jewelry. And I was thinking about maybe doing a giveaway. I also sell jewelry, and any person who is really into gemstones especially, I think you should subscribe, like, and share. And who knows, I will be giving away, brand new jewelry that is never worn. And I'm not sure yet, but if people are okay with that idea, I would love to speak to some of you guys about that. I know, like, it's kind of blurry in this camera, but this is brand new jewelry. And I make jewelry, and if I decide to give it away, and you guys love gemstones and all that, please subscribe, like, share, and follow. In the near future, maybe we could talk about this very, very soon. And anyway, blessed be.